What's up guys, welcome to a brand new series where I'm going to be rating your inventories, and we're going to be doing it once a month. Today we have 14 of your lovely inventories to go through. I'll give my thoughts and you guys will hopefully have given me some context that I can include as we go through. We're not going to be looking at everything in game really fine detail, we'll leave that for the streams, but I'll look at the key items and what I can see in the profile. Hopefully there's some bangers. Alright guys, I've got them loaded up. We are going to be going members first. We've got 2 members to go through. We're going to kick it off with Tom because he sent me his first. And Tom is on Elixir, so I know a lot of his skins already. Now, we need to refine the rating process, okay? So I am going to go expensive to cheap here just so I can see the key items. What I have asked from people, I have asked for if they're theming or not, if the loadout has been completed, and if there's anything like pending that I cannot see. Because we need to figure out, what the scale is for rating. So I have some things in mind. I'm going to run with my mind for now. If you guys can let me know what you think we should be including for like the rating and how we scale it, please let me know in the comments down below so we can figure it out together. So Tom has 2 knights. He's got a StatTrak M9 Bennett Burial Forest in minimal wear. I believe he's unboxed this one, or he got it from Gamba. One of the two, which is kind of cool. It's also why he's not sold it, because StatTrak Burial Forest, a little bit tricky to sell. He did buy a bayonet lure as well. Now, if you guys have seen the previous one, when we last did this, Tom had Butterfly Gamma Doppler. He had Emerald Web Gloves. He has changed it up a nice amount now. So the Arboreal you see in the lure, this is his T-side combo. I'm pretty sure he runs it this way. So he went hand wrap gloves on T-side, which I actually am a big fan of. Got low float field testers. Then picked up the field test lure just because it's like I mean, it works. Not a perfect pairing, but it works. And in the CT combo is the 3rd Commando Company gloves with the M9 we were looking at. Now, I actually like that he's went for these gloves because they're very unique. And when they work well, they can work very well. Now, we do need to go over what Tom put down for like his theme and notes. So he basically wanted a review and feedback, but no upgrade suggestions at the moment. He is, however, open to them. But I'll just sort of go for the review. Theme-wise, he's going for camo-esque while having some standout skins that he currently has equipped. We'll have a look at those, but basically camo-esque and then still having some artwork skins. Like I know he uses a Syrian Rage on T-side as well. He's not missing any items, and he does have 250 to 300 extra if needed. Now, since he sent this, I do think he picked up some new skins. So the combos are the main one. As I say, I actually really like the combo changes here. He unboxed this long dog, which is Float 420. He's called it the Kush Cannon. I mean, that was a cool one to watch him unbox that. I do dislike the Moss Quartz. I think I don't like the Green Goblin. That's just my personal preference, but it is what it is. It works with the gloves, and also it's caught up in price because of the factory new rises. I think Spitfire is kind of unique. I don't like the Bone Pal. Tom knows I don't like the Bone Pal. I think that's why it's chilling in there. Like, overall, I really like... He's also got a Cattle 14 M4 just chilling in there, and has like the high float battle scarred Temacule, like rank number 4 still, with the Furia craft, and this low-key looks pretty good in game. This is what it looks like in game. Obviously very battle scarred, but the hollows still look quite nice on the Temacule. What I do know is Tom has recently bought a Starcade and a CMYK, and I think that's what he means. Like, he just likes having some of the other options in there. He did say Solitude as well. However, I don't think that's showing in his inventory yet. No, it's not showing in his inventory yet. So he's got that Oblong Dog that he uses. He's got the Solitude. What I like on this is that he has a theme he's going for, which is different because it's not crazy flashy. It's going for like good camo skins while still getting like really nice knife options in there. And yeah, it's pretty complete. I'm going to dock him points for the Bone Pal because when I sat and built this loadout with him, he has a little bit of bias. I helped build this. I didn't like the Bone Pal pickup, but I do really like still featuring just like artwork skins that you enjoy, like the Long Dog, the Kush Cannon, just to enjoy things a little bit. So I'm going to give Tom a nice 9 out of 10 here. I feel like he's done many things right, but just out of spite, I'm not giving him the 10. Today's video is brought to you by CSGO Luck, one of the fastest growing CS sites right now. They've got a huge lineup of game modes, including Crash, Case Battles, Roulette, Plinko, and plenty more, all running super smooth with an easy to use interface. Also, by signing up and using code FOZ, you can get 3 free cases to get started. Another feature worth checking out is the rewards and giveaways, where you can take part in daily, weekly, and exclusive prize drops just by playing and ranking up on the site. And when it comes to payments, CSGO Luck has you covered. From crypto and card options to CSGO skins, deposits and withdrawals are quick and simple. Head over to CSGO Luck, use code FOZ, claim your free cases, and good luck. Now, let's jump back into the video. And then next up, we have Civic Fox, or Theory, is the Steam name. Now, actually, I think we've got a little bit to go over for Theory stuff here, because they're in the middle of changing loadouts. Like, the message exactly was, you can do my inventory, it's just a little bit up in the air right now, and everything's basically on, like, the trade ban, the trade hold, kind of thing. Big list of upgrade paths here. One, they unboxed this Semi-Precious, which is kind of cool. Got a nice Nightwish in there, which I'm a big fan of. Now, this is kind of the hard thing. Got good agents as well. You know, they're the same agents I have, so that's why I really like them. And some nice skins. I'm going to have to go through and sort of showcase what they're potentially considering for you guys. So I do actually know from the other part of the members chat that some folks said they're interested in the lore or like a vanilla with something, and they're probably just going to vibe with like a Shantico's Fire for the M4. This is what I know they definitely have. They went Omega and Skeleton Vanilla for the Knife and Glove combo, which is fantastic, and I'm going to vibe with that because this is actually my combo at the minute as well. So, you know, great minds think alike. That's going to get put in some points as well. The theme was matching the gloves mostly, but happy with random color pops where they are. Again, I love this not going for super hard theme. That's the one thing I am going to sort of change a little bit here. We're not going to like enforce the perfect theme as being like a must-have throughout. Now, the complete loadout is going to be around $2,500, and the items that are going to be sold shortly are an M4A1 Faded and actually this Redline AK, which has the crown foil on it, plus the Australis sticker. So I should probably move it into this view for you guys. Now, I do think I do think this is kind of an interesting craft, I guess super interesting skin to have, especially with the Omegas actually, because you got the yellow with the crown foil playing in, and then the red is the accent color. And then, as I say, and then as he says, considering a Shantico's Fire in here, which is another thing I've actually been looking at. I think it's a bit of slept on M41S skin. Flame put me back onto it recently. So, like, Civic Fox, what I'm going to say for you guys, I know you're between loadouts right now, and it's a little bit tough. And I know you've gone for this combination, at least that was the update I got in the VIP skins chat. So, I'm going to say, like, the path that you're on is a minimum 8 out of 10, but we're going to wait until you have everything in, and we'll, in episode 2, part 2 of this, we'll look at what you actually end up with. So if you guys have liked the ideas here, just wait and see what you end up going for. Right, now we have Gucci gangs. So, and I've slightly butchered pronunciations. Right, you can see in the profile, I do like the slide include the profile as well, and not just straight to the inventory. Gucci, if you're not familiar with him in the server, big fan of like brown CS items, actually building a really sick loadout with this in mind. And basically he is collecting CS2 items and NIP colognes, as sort of themed the whole profile, has the nice item showcase, like really nice to see. Now the things to note with Gucci's loadout, which I quite like, is it is a free to play loadout. This has been done, as far as I'm aware, this has been done from just playing the game, getting the weekly drops and selling them and like trading up, like buying items and then trading them up. Also, Gucci was doing commissions for a little bit, which I know did help jump up to get the first knife. And I will look at this in-game along with one of the weapon skins because it's kind of cool. The missing skins we have are the Julie's Tread, the Sawed-Off Highwayman. We're missing the Mac 10 gold brick, which will replace this commuter. I think he's looking to sell in this. Going to have a Yorkshire come in, a Sedimentary P250, and a Mockingbird XM, which I really like. So I know we're not going to give max points purely for theme, but I do like the commitment to a more unique theme. So obviously ignore the agent skin that I've kept on. This is what the knife and combo looks like. So Queen Jaguar's in a good pattern, which is really nice. I still think these are great value for money gloves. You've been a big advocate of them after getting rid of the Diamondbacks. The Nav has an interesting choice. It actually works really well with the Queen Jaguars, and I know this is like a preference for you of one. It's like the affordable knife. It hits a vibe of a realistic knife. The inspiration behind it's good. The execution by Valve maybe not perfect. Not my favorite cup of tea combo. A lot of people are probably not going to like it, but I don't want to like downvote it or give it a bad rating due to value or just not being my type of knife, right? We need to sort of lock that in a little bit. And then like the gold brick, for example, going for these, as you say, these bronzy gold skins. Also sand dune collecting as well, as much as I don't really care for sand dunes, but that's a cool thing if that's your theme you're going for. I think the free-to-play thing is like super cool. And it's a nice way of building it. I do think, as much as you've got the sand dunes going, I think there's some areas like the Mayan Dreams here, for example, would work really well. I'm gonna say, like, for actually having theme, for sticking to it, for free to play, this is like a 9 out of 10 loadout, and I know you're pending some items, maybe some minor changes to come. I can see this being like a 10 out of 10 loadout. And maybe this is where my bias of the sand dunes coming in. Maybe some people will give it the 10 for that. I think there's maybe some areas where like you might be able to do something that's better than the sand dunes, but I appreciate if that's what you want to do. Now, Lightning with a fantastic name, so I'm skipping it right over that. You wouldn't think my mod is trying to kick me this much, would you? His goal is having fun at trying to get to level 10, which is going to be a very interesting journey. His Steam is out of existence. I've been told not to forget about his stat track field test at Lure that's coming in, and his budget is potentially €9 on Steam because he doesn't want to use third party, or cannot use third party. This is obviously a much cheaper loadout, but what I do want to note here is it's gonna tick some nice boxes for me for like things that I do enjoy. We got a Searing Rage in here, one of my favorite value 20 AKs in the game, which is super nice. The Op Duality as well in field test, another skin I enjoy. Has the grinder that you crafted. Now, I think were you trying to sell this, Lightning? I do think this is one maybe to hold on to because it's a good power and it's an interesting craft. You got that Alpine Camo, good skin. Hydra Strike's good skin. I love the Mummy's Rot. Even the field test at Tilted. Like, this is good skins across the board while being, like, at a low budget. The fact that you have €9 coming in, obviously we're missing the Mac 10 here. I'm wondering where you'd maybe go. Like, I don't think the Battle Scarred Chopper is the, I mean, maybe it is the play. Like, really, with the extra €9 coming in, I feel like maybe just upgrading the M4s would be a play. Now, maybe that's going to, like, an Edgelord. Or what could we even do? You guys are getting the real joy of this not being in-game sort of video. We get a little bit more waffle like we would be on stream. Now, I'm going low to high, just like I know Wash Me Please is there, like Mudspec potentially. Probably not want to do anything there. A Solitude could be a shout when prices drop a little bit. I know field tested it picks up somewhere. Like it gets a decent amount of wear in field tested, but if minimal wear keeps dropping down, or you want to go low float field test, I feel like that could be an interesting one. If you don't have a theme and you're sort of like vibing, I think that could be like a really nice one because there's a bunch of patterns that look good that are going to be low cost. And then on the M4, I like the chopper, just not in Battle Scarred. A turbine would be super cool, to be honest. Get it in field test to get that lighting up. But that's what I'm going to say. I think you upgrade the M4s to begin with because the AK is good. And the other skins around it are good for like the Glock USP, the Deagle's great. I think you upgrade the M4s, and I think you then have a look at then using like the last couple of dollars of budget, maybe just filling out the other weapons that you occasionally would use, or just like fill the loadout a little bit, maybe like P90 skins. Do you have an MP9 skin, for example? You do have an MP9 skin, it's that buff boy, which is alright, but I feel like that's areas you could maybe improve. Obviously, the budget limits this one a little bit. I do really like the skins that are there. I want to see that €9 used like quite well. I'm gonna say this is like an 8 out of 10. I think with the budget in mind, this is an 8. I was gonna say like 7, but I think given the low budget, the fact you've still got good skins in there, if you upgrade the M4s, you get an 8. Now, I'm basing it on Discord names that submitted things, not just the name at the top here. So this is Roxamin, Rox in name. There you go. Butchering names for fun here today. So the goal here is to have upgrade suggestions. Please get me a budget up. We can do that. The theme is initial intention is all stat track, orange for CT, purple for T. Okay, that's where it's going to be a little bit interesting for the op side of things. It gets a little bit adapted due to budget and my recent taste for skins that get bronzed on Battle Scar, which is good to know. There's no like pending thing on status of the loadout. I guess that's like it's completed where it is, but you want the op. Budget is around $25 to $50. I'm going to focus on the ops view here. Oh, I can already see. Okay, this is where I think the orange and the bronze thing works really well. I don't like the safety net, although that is going to bug me. I actually quite like here, like the orange vibe. The fact the auto snipers in here. I like that we've got a theme. We've got T side. We've got the Neo Queen in there. I can see where we're going items of bronze a little bit, like the Cal Graffiti's in there. The Wild 6 does have that impact, I believe. So I like the theme here. That's a good start. Obviously, we're working on a lower budget again. We're not going to have that Ender things. You got the Sure Grip in there, P2K. I like that. The op side of things for you is going to be interesting, especially needing stat track. So how's stat track? I'm going to go lowest price. So first of all, for the bronzing, the duality is a very interesting consideration I think you would have, and also the mortis. And maybe also the exoskeleton. Now, you might actually be able to get what you want in this range. Like, the only other thing here would be a chromatic aberration. So let's go like duality. So you're talking $4. You see the prices here. There's a mix of marketplaces and prices. In Battle Scar, this bronzes. And I think bronze is actually quite nicely. I wouldn't go all the way max fill, but I think like a 0.6 above, you get a nice level of bronze on there. So if that's what you're after, then maybe that becomes a T-side option. Kind of the same for the mortise. You can see how you get bronzes. My issue here is if you look between these two, I think the duality would win out. So I'm going to go duality here. Exoskeleton. Does this go somewhat purple? I think this was better in Go. I think the issue here was this was better in Go for it. You're not really getting purple. And then the chromatic aberration is... I think this is where your purple op is a little bit tough. And also orange at this level. What would the elite build maybe look like? It just gets very worn. Okay, guys, in the comments, cook up some ideas for purple or orange stat track ops that are cheap. I think the duality stat track is a play. I need to check you actually have a duality and stat track already, because maybe I'm cooking something. Okay, you don't. I think you do duality. I think you do a duality. I'm gonna say this isn't an 8 out of 10 for me. I like the theme approach. Maybe an 8.5. This is where we need to figure out the rating system. But I like the ability to break away from the theme, and I think you're going to have to do that for the op. So, yeah, mortise and maybe even also get the duality as well. Right, this is a glitchy's loadout. We are jumping things up a little bit price-wise, which means we will have a combo to check in-game. Alright, I'm going straight in-game for this one, so you guys can look at the skins while I talk about this. So the goals are beyond human understanding. CT theme is black silver. T theme is mustard yellow. Next pickup soon are going to be unhinged gloves with a classic scorched, well-worn field test to high foot with M4 Basilisk and Conspiracy for the deagle. Okay, let's look at the current combo. We got big game gloves, looking good with an Ursus Tiger Tooth. Would not be my preference for Tiger Tooth, but I respect it. If that's a knife you like, it's got some cool animations. It's not crazy bad price-wise, and the gloves are really good. I ran big games for a few weeks myself recently, and they're very good. Now, I feel like doing a full Mongols craft from the Austin Major is like just winning points with me easily here, because I'm a big Mongols fan. I think these... Oh man, these foils actually look really good. I've been considering buying a fuel injector for the Omegas, and I might steal this craft idea. I cannot lie, glitchy. I don't know if I'll do 5x. I might do 4x, but these foils look unbelievable on the fuel injector. That is genuinely really nice. And then like you also have stuff like the Orion, which works great with the big games with the Fanatic on them. The endgame loadout you're discussing, the T side would go from the Ursus Tiger to the Butterfly Rust Coat, which is very interesting. And the CT side, you go from a classic Scorched to an M9 Scorched, and you go for Black Nile to Op Graphite, right? Okay. So a lot of the loadout is in this knife and glove combo, and the gloves. Now, I honestly was going to say the gloves are field tested. That's fucking insane that they're battle scarred. I'm going to be real there. And you got some agents in here. You also got Solitude that you've unboxed. I think this, for core items, because you're kind of in the middle. Glitchy, I'm going to give you an 8 for now, because some of the items that are there are just really good. Like the knife and glove combo is good. The key weapon skins on that are good. And I can see, I'm basing this kind of what you're talking about, your next pickup. With the next pickups of mine, this is an 8 out of 10 loadout on like a preliminary. Much like Civic Fox, I want to see this like updated one. Maybe not in the next episode, but a future episode, if you need more time. I want to see more of like how you build this out, because I like the concept and what you're doing, but I feel like getting that unhinged and that silver style loadout, or that grey style loadout you're talking about, that black silver, I think we need to see that, and then you might be talking like 9+. Now, this is already looking like an absolute fucking flex. I want to see what happens as I go in here. Yeah, okay, this is an absolute flex loadout from Izzy, which is just insane to see. I think we are going to have to cook up some of these in game. I'm going to pick the amphibious over the cobalt skulls to cook up. You have two. Oh, I think. Okay, so you have 2 gloves to rotate with the blue skins, and then which is blue on CT, red on T. Pink, white, blue, and red setups. That is insane. Am I missing the pink gloves? Were they on the showcase? Alright, here is some... Okay, I don't like this sticker craft. I'm going to very quickly do. I'm not a fan of the sticker craft. What I am a fan of is the knife and the glove. Amphibious field test. A pretty clean pattern on the right hand. The left hand finger does get a beating, but that is just amphibious gloves to their core. This is, I really like this knife and glove combo. Amphibious with a talent into the Phase 4 is super good. The only way this is improved really is getting a Sapphire, but I know that's a heavy jump up. I think the AK skin with the Amphibious, the Inheritance with the Amphibious, really nice. Just not a big fan of the craft. And then maybe you're not doing the Crimson Web on the slingshots. Maybe I'm mixing up what I think you're using here. But the slingshots look pretty good here. Even the, what's the thumb wear looking like on these? For slingshots, not too bad. Also, do you guys like my Desert Eagle craft? Look at this bad boy. Look at that. And then you got the Bloodsport. Like, this is one of those loadouts where like, it's insane value. It's got, like, I like the range of combinations, and you just have good skins throughout. Like, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's easy, because that's the kind of discrediting, like, the loadout build, but it's easier to gain nice points at this point when you have, like, a nice range. Okay, you do have it in Showcase that you've got Vice Gloves, so maybe I'm missing something on the Vice Gloves and what you're pairing with them, because I can't see it in this Showcase. But I'm going to say this is like an 8.5. I think if I got more understanding of the exact combo use you have, then and maybe what weapon skins you're using where, this gets a bump up for me. Also, Izzy was wise and asked for me to sign profile. So, we're going to do exactly that. Your profile is now signed by me, and you got a nice little shamrock in there. Now, this one is Izzy's brother. Oh, I said bro, I'm going to assume brother. And you said they're using a white inventory, but I already see a mix in the Showcase that might say otherwise, or are we going to see? Okay, we're going unhinged, we're going urban masked. I'm going to assume this is like a, I don't like the white gem patterns, just as a heads up, but I'm assuming going to be like a white gem pattern, and then just using skins that they enjoy around it. However, did this value add up? Am I missing something? 3314. Did I think I'm missing stuff in the Showcase, right? Yeah, I think there's still stuff in the Showcase. It's like not showing here in the loadout. This is what the combo's like. See, this is one where it's like I don't want my bias of not liking it to like impact the rating, but I don't vibe with this. I feel like just like a survival vanilla would work so much nicer here, and you get more budget to go elsewhere. I feel like that would be a play. But I know it's not really a white loadout, so. Izzy, I might need more context and conversation in the inventory review section after you guys see this of like more details on the loadout. I'm just seeing like almost $900. Now I know this is Steam value, right? So it cuts it a little bit, but I feel like for a white loadout or like white and silver, we could maybe do, okay, this, I swear this didn't show the first time, or I just skinned by it. Stat track factory new. Has this been pumped? The factory new skin, but this, hold on, but the stat tracks weren't being impacted by it last I checked. No, it's not. Well, not actually 91 to, yeah. Well, okay, fair enough. Right, we've got useless kids loadout now, and the only comment I got for it was just some budget inventory. Now, I want to say a budget inventory can still be very, very good. And you've gone for a theme as well. I can see a theme here. I can see green, so you're getting points from me. I like that. You got a Swamp DD Pats, you got the new Zeus, or the New Year Zeus. You crafted the chopper, which I like because this is actually a really good. But are you the wonderful Bastan? Is that what I'm about to find out? Okay, you've gone like cheap craft. Like, see, this is the sort of. I don't want to discredit this because this is like you're on a budget. You maybe don't want to spend much in the game. You want to put money elsewhere, but you're still doing a little bit of customization and like making it your own, which is nice to see. You got that battle scarred Verdigris in there, which gets that nice effect where it actually goes green. Seeing a classic crate is actually a nice sort of, I guess, surprise, but refreshing. I want to see how that looks in game, maybe. I'm trying to pick like what to look at in game here. Yeah, this one for me, you got 4. Okay, that because of those going up in price. Okay, I like this. I don't love an emerald pinstripe. The flashback is there. This is going to be like, and the green deagle side of thing is not your fault that there's no great options. I am going to have a look at your PC green in game. I think this is like an easy 8 out of 10 loadout. Like you're spending $25. You've got stuff for every key weapon. It's somewhat themed. And yeah, it's just good. It's a good example of not having to spend too much. I know that's very rich for me. Like when I do these expensive loadouts, I've got expensive skins by stealth, but I do like just using cheap glitters. Like it's not the best craft in the world, but like it adds something more to the skin. Like it makes it work. You got a charm on the back to make it a bit more unique as well. Also green charm, green pattern on the charm. Like this is nice. So that just some budget loadout, mate. No, respect it. I actually like this. All right, this is Moko's now. Moko, I think the last time around, I gave them a 9 out of 10. Now, old me might cook myself into oblivion by not remembering why I gave 9 out of 10. And am I going to justify the 10 out of 10? because that's what Moko's after. They have said that they want the 10 out of 10. The theme here is neon candy, pink, blue, black, and white. Sorry for the WhatsApp bit, if you guys are wondering about that one. I have to get you these somewhere. Oh, CS2 Shadow Daggers. Okay, I think we're gonna have a good time here. Every gun is a mix of pinks and blues on black and white models, which is okay. Okay. The gloves and knife mimic this with black, white gloves and pink shadow daggers. Okay, so this is where the theme is really coming in. The current status is complete. But I'm looking at getting a pair of Imperial plaids once again, either battle scarred or well worn, because I like the wear of the gloves because it looks somewhat pinkish. Overall, I'm happy with the loadout. I wouldn't mind Fuzzy's opinion on sticking with the black ties and going for lower float, or trying the Imperial plaid for higher float. Still need a Dragon Snore for the Zeus, as well as the Pegasus, but the Pegasus work for nice. Must see my entire Neo Noir set. Main rifles and main pistols, but overall proud of the sticker craft on my guns. Okay, well, I need to look at the combo. I think I'm gonna do the combo review. Okay, the Shadow Dagger pink gems look so damn good. Like, that's just one thing to get like right off the bat. These are one of the better knives in the game that are actually like a good price, affordable, and look really good. I don't love them with the black ties, however. That is going to be a gripe area for me. I don't think I'll be able to give it. I know the theory you've gone for of like the color theory and layering it in with the weapon skin style of being white and black with this color on top, but it doesn't work for me. Okay, this is a .60 pair of battle scar gloves, so maybe you wouldn't look at going this high. You did mention going well worn. I think you should change to these gloves. I think it immediately makes things look better, and as we go onto your weapon skins, obviously none of these weapon skins are yours, as we go on to the weapon skins, it's going to look better. Like, I'm going to focus on the Neo Noir set that you said you have, which I can see here. So here's the opposite. Already, I just know that I wouldn't like this with black tie. Like, but that's me not liking black tie coming in. The scope is giving me fake Gungnir vibes, honestly. Like, that's what's giving me with that 4X on it. Yeah, I'm already feeling that you need the Imperial Blade move, Moko. And then you've done it, the custom craft for the USP as well, putting them up here. Okay, so this is a couple of things where it's stuff that maybe I don't love myself, but I can appreciate. I'm not a big fan of the custom crafts myself. I wouldn't do many custom crafts myself, but I think that is an interesting thing to sort of explore, and if you like it, then that's fantastic. So I'm not going to like shit on that or rate badly because of that. I do think going like Neo Noir collection is like a nice thing. I love the theme idea you've gone for with like this going for multi-colors that work. So like the pinks, the blues, and the whites. The black I'm not 100% locked in on. I know that the Neo Noirs have black in them, so maybe that's why you've included it. But I think that's like, I think the black tie gloves are deterring it a little bit. And I do know that your Imperial Blades you get might be a better flow and a better wear pattern than what I'm showing here. So that has to be taken with a bit of pinch of salt. And what I think it's also worth mentioning here is doing it on like a lower budget. Like getting in CS2s and like good weapon skins across the board for this budget is a solid goal. I know it's a lot to work with. You can do a good amount on it, but like it's just a solid amount. You're not going to get a 10 out of 10. You're still going to be 9 out of 10. I like the theory that you've gone for. I like that you're doing unique custom crafts. You're making it your own. I do feel like you need rid of the black tie gloves. I understand that overall thing you're talking about, but I feel like we just maybe need that little difference. So I'm sorry I'm not getting you the 10 out of 10. But I do think a 9, keeping you on the 9 is solid because of like the theme that you followed for this. Now, that is all I had actually planned, and I've actually delayed the recording. This is going to be a day late because some people submitted quite late and I hadn't recorded it yet, and I was like, you know what, we'll do it justice. We'll get them included. I love that the top profile for Larza is that they're cheating. Okay, we got a $2,700 loadout. I know this price with a pinch of salt. Okay, I'm calling cap a little bit on this because you've called this a budget loadout, but I guess this is within reason of what you want to call budget. Budget doesn't mean cheap, right? That's kind of where the thing is. So you got the Dick AK, you got Print Stream, so you're a Print Stream enjoyer. Honestly, mate, I would be selling the Coalition. I don't know what price you bought the Coalition at, but this shit has risen so much in value, I'd be selling it. And then you got the Butterfly Black Arm. You did give me the gen code for the gloves though, so we'll look at this. Alright, this is the combo in-game. So the gloves that weren't shown are Nox, which is really good. The one thing I'd like to know here is if we've gone for tiered Nox, they look pretty black, but the left hand... See, this is where I'm going to make a guess and I get it wrong. I don't think it's tier 1 gloves, because there are some patches on that left hand. But the black laminate knife, especially how the Butterfly Black Lam looks, is looking really nice here with the gloves. So this combination is top notch. I know some people just shit on Nox. Previously they did because they look like default gloves, and now they have become very popular. So even more reason for people to hate them. This is the Minwear Coalition. Coalitions look sick with this with the gloves. I would like, obviously if you bought this low and you still really like it and it's your absolute favorite M4, enjoy. But there's potential profit in there, which at the rise it's having, I feel like maybe could be worth a start. Because if you guys go check the pricing on this, actually we can have a look. Like, this is Coalition Minwear pricing over the last 6 months. $60 basically consistently, even go last year. Last year it was like just shy of $60, little spike when the market went up, then settled. And now it's $350. Just nuts. I know you said you're going to potentially get some skins that fit on theme. The joy with the Nox, and you already have like the print streams. You've got like the Golden Coil look good, the Coalition looks good. And you've got some nice skins in here that already work with it. Like the Spectrum, this Red Tire, the Bamboo Shadow. I've never seen that used in a loadout actively. I think I'm torn between 8.5 or 9. People can let me know, guys, what would you give Loadout's loadout? You're going to give it an 8.5 or a 9? I'm torn between it. So it is a very good loadout. It's just, there are good skins, it's a good combo. I think I'd have to go 9. That's kind of the benefit of having more budget as well. You can get that luxury of like there's top options and a very nice combo. And we have 3 more to go. So we've got Henteos, and I see already that is a thick knife chilling in there. So let's go look at this inventory. Some sick options straight away. I know I'm gonna have a feeling about this AK, but we'll see how it goes. The goal is nothing in particular, just any suggestions would be nice. The theme is blue. The status is complete as far as I want, as the skins I want. I kind of want to do some cross on my skin, like my 5.7 or my 10 MP9, that's about it. Also, there's some guns I could get skins for, but I don't use them. I'd rather have the money elsewhere. So I do think if you don't use the weapons, don't buy the skin. I think that's a very good method. Now, this is already giving me a good vibe, though. Amphibious looking good. What's the knuckles looking like? Okay, the Amphibious right hand, again looking good. Left hand letting it down a little bit. Phase 3 M9 though, looks fantastic. Absolutely love this combination. Again, as I said with the Talon, the only upgrade here would be going Sapphire. Prices are not so expensive on M9, so I'd be very content with the Phase 3 here. Like the Phase 3 M9 is one of my favorite knives. And obviously the Phosphor is just I mean, it's a vibe. I prefer the Icarus Fell. I think that was a better M4 skin, but obviously a lot of people love the Phosphor. It's risen in price, and with the Amphibious gloves themselves, banging pairing. And then we've got, okay, it's a tier 3 pattern. It's got a liquid craft, and it's got the semi-precious. What's this way I got? Okay, Team Spirit Hollows. Okay, I can see this. Tier 3, blue gem. The craft is alright for it. The semi-precious charm's a nice add. This is a 9 out of 10 loadout for me. I do think the AK, if you like this, obviously don't change because of this. If you like it, you like it, and that goes for everyone. If you run in skins you like, fucking enjoy. Don't care what I or anyone else says about them, right? But for me, this is not a great AK, especially for how nice this loadout is for everything else. Now, I know you're probably going to be there then saying like, okay, well, like what options do we have to go for? And obviously we're not going to go, we want blue theme, right? So we're not going to go for any of these. Case Hardened is the most expensive one in there. Vulcan exists in that range. Some people go Be the Monster. It's really Vulcan or Inheritance. Now, I can see why Vulcan wasn't gone for the blue, because it's heavily black, plus that blue is a different shade, so that's kind of fair. But I do think that the Inheritance actually looks really good here. The shades of blues are a lot closer, it's got a lot of white on it, and in general, really good artwork skin. What I would say is, if you are looking for like suggestions would be nice, and maybe you want to pick up some other things, because you don't want to buy skins for weapons you don't use, maybe look at an Inheritance. I think that could be a good path for you. Like, I looked at Factory New there, the Minwear doesn't look too different. You're talking $120 plus. When you got a loadout of this value, I feel like that's something you could do. And it's saying you got good skins around it. It's a 9 out of 10 loadout for me. I don't love the AK choice. However, when you do look at the blue options, Inheritance is probably the only thing to go for. That would get you to at least a 9.5. And I don't know, what would you change to get to 10? This is where we need the metric of how we're rating the loadouts, because there's some really nice stuff in here. And then 2 that crept through at the end. Well, you got Skies in here with an interesting background image, that is for sure. What am I seeing in loadout value? What the fuck? Factory New Black Pearl M9, Phase 3 Gamma Doppler, Stiletto Ruby. Where the fuck are the gloves? Dude, okay, there's surely stuff that's not showing here. Oh yeah, look, I've done expensive to cheap, and it's skimming over stuff. All right, okay, I'm gonna on expensive to cheap. We're gonna have to have a look through this. I'm not gonna get all of it in game because I'm already aware that this is a very long video, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. These knives are insane to have. And you do have a collection of agents as well. You also got a Minotaur's Labyrinth. I'm going to assume. I just need to see, actually. Theme and style, mint of rarity of skins, and has CT side as a purple flex theme. T is a little bit of black theme and red mostly, with the glove and the AK. So that kind of makes sense. You got the purple in there with the black pearl. You got the ruby stiletto on the T side, which I like that theme in. M9 on CT, stiletto on T looks good. Current stat is just waiting for new stuff to be added to the game. Well, good news, we're gonna have a new case and a new collection probably in the next month. So hopefully that brings you some goodness. So let's just have a look through the rest of this. I do want to check some of it in game. A non-souvenir, imminent danger, minimal wear. Super nice to have. The emerald, emerald clock gamma Doppler, which is kind of sick. We do have a. Okay, we gotta see it. Where are your gloves at is what I want to see. So the Hoyle for me isn't the best M4A4 skin in the game. However, the rarity of it obviously is fucking nuts. And having this with, was it 5x mixed cattle 15 craft and the hot hands Hoyle, like, this is what I can see what you're saying. Your CT is a flex theme. You've benefited from the Emerald German Gander having a crazy rise. I'm gonna assume you bought this when it was like $300 and now reaping rewards have been over 1,000. So anything else big that I'm missing? I think, is it just gloves? Okay, here are the gloves. Okay. All right, well, this is just insane. This is one of those ones where, like, obviously the more budget you have to spend, the easier it is to get a 10 out of 10 if you do it well. And Pandora's Box with a Product Pro M9 is doing it pretty damn well. And this is the Ruby with the slingshot. And then I also spotted the AK in here with the Cato 14 Hellraisers. Hollows. On the red line. Like, this is, I feel like we're very close to 10 out of 10 purely for flex value and having some like rare items, which is definitely existing in here, which is super cool. There's also gold arabesque with DreamHack papers on it, and I don't like the X-ray, but we've got the X-ray with this. Like, as from a collection standpoint and like a collector of skins, this is a minimum of 9.5. My bug is right now is that it's not really, I hate that the filtering is not actually done it expensive to cheap for me. You got Fennec Fox in there. Like, I think, yeah, from a collection standpoint, I think we should give it 10, because it's really hard to turn around and say, oh, you've not collected enough, you must get more to be able to get 10. Like, that's stupid, the value this is, and the fact you've got some sick items. The one thing I would maybe say is, I would love, and we can do this in the skin section in the Discord or the inventory review, I would love to actually see what your loadout assigned stuff is. Like, what you use on CT and what you use on T. Because, like, from the collection standpoint, 10. From the loadout standpoint, 9.5. And we can figure that one out. And then the last one is, it's Nelpin, but an NPC said, here's mine, hope you like it. I hope I like it too, man. Hold up. How have we got to the end of the video, and this is where I get to see, also, why is this so broken? This is not expensive to cheap. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know, maybe Steam has broken this, or Valve have broken this with some of the changes. We've ended up with a 70k and 60k loadout. Now, I'm gonna, hopefully I don't miss things. I'm gonna go through the pages here. Why is it showing all this as being, I don't get this. All right, okay, we got lower knives. I like this. We got Minware lower knives coming in. We got the butterfly lower Minware. I absolutely love this. We got the bayonet lower, good knife. The butterfly is the one that's really taking my fancy here. We got another blue phosphor making an appearance, and we got a Phase 4 gamma Doppler. The Cayman's cool, and then you got, I'm assuming, trades for the amber fades. I'm assuming that's what that's going to be for trade ups. And the snores as well. You got 3 minimal wear snores, and a factory new one. Sorry, two minimal wears and a factory new. And this is all souvenirs. Now, I apologize. You've not mentioned if any of these have rare souvenir items. So I'm going to just skim over the souvenirs for now and try and see the key items. Phase 1 Butterfly Doppler. Okay, we got 6 more pages. You got cases. Okay, now I feel like we're getting closer to loadout stuff. So minimum wear Fade gloves. And we got a Phase 1 Doppler. And we did have a Phase 1 Doppler here as well. So I can only assume those are the knives that are getting used with the Fade gloves. You have a Flame Jormungandr in there, which is super sick. We have StatTrak factory new fuel injector with the Navi papers. Now, hollows would look sick, but these papers are good in their own right. There's a marble Fiat in there. You then have the print stream, the hot rod, that Deagle, another Phase 1. Okay, now we have, okay, look at this stuff hiding at the back. I'm going to look at the Arids and the gold arabesque. Right, this is just a baller combo. Like I think that the gold RBS is a little bit overrated, but with the Arids and the fact that this is a souvenir skin as well, and it's got, if you're at this major too, then this would be like an absolute dub. There's also more butterflies chilling in here. You got a factory new Death Strike. Okay, this is going to be the exact same as Skies. This is like a 9 and 9.5 for like loadouts, or for like inventory. Like just stacked to the brim. It's always going to be high because there's some really nice items in here, and I can see where some of the combos are. There's definitely a theme. You didn't mention anything for the theme, but I can kind of see where the theme is. Again, what I would love to see is a screenshot of how this is used on an assigned loadout. And obviously, I know that with the aura gloves, you're probably rotating between these two knives, most likely using the butterfly, and then like have the bail there. But that is what I would really love to see. I would absolutely love to see that, just because I get more context from like from a collection point of view, is what I should have said. From a collection point of view, I think it's a 10 again. You got 60k worth of skins. You've picked good skins. It's a vibe like that. But from a loadout usage, I'm saying 9 until I can see more info. And this is what the knife looks like with the gloves. So this is for me. I absolutely love this. I love Arids. I love lower knives. This ticks a box for me. But there we go. That is 14 of your wonderful loadouts gone through and reviewed. So I do have to say, we normally do this on a live stream. I think I've done one video before, but normally we would do this on a live stream over 3 hours, and we look at a lot of stuff. So trying to go from live stream mode to video mode, I've probably made it longer than it should be. But you guys give me the feedback on that. Like, do you guys, for inventory reviews, if we're going to do a monthly series, are you happy for this to be the longer video? Or do we cap it and only do 10 loadouts per video so that it's coming in at like maybe 25, 30 minutes rather than being, I know my recording time right now is almost an hour. I need feedback from you guys on 2 things then. The length of the videos you'd like to see and how many inventories you'd like to see in them. Obviously, this is a longer one. We've done 14. Should we cut it down to 10 per video? Would that be fair and keep it consistent? And then the rating system. I tried to not be super heavy on theme being a rating, but I appreciate if someone did theme it, then we take it into account. I'm trying to find the balance of how much we let budget and spend influence it. Obviously, these last 2 have crazy spend, so like from a collection standpoint, it's amazing, but I do need to see more on the loadout usage. So feedback on that so we can build it out and sort of make maybe a more clear system, feature 10 every time, that kind of thing would be greatly appreciated. But hopefully you've enjoyed it either way. It's always fun looking at your guys' loadouts and your skins. I am planning, once we get house moves sorted, to do like a 3-hour community live stream where we cook combos together, we rate skins, and all that goodness. So that'll be nice. But there we go. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're around here. A big thank you to the YouTube members for always supporting the channel. Obviously, we showed you guys first. That's one of the perks. If you guys want to be the first feature on these long videos in the future, make sure you're a YouTube member. You guys get first jump at being featured. It's one of the benefits as well as getting content early. But I'm going to end it there. I've waffled long enough. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.